Mhm.
And I am going to mute everyone out. So if you're a speaker, you know who you are. Then you can, wait, where did my mute button go? Hold on. Wait, participants, it should say, oh, there it is, mute off. Okay, so we're recording, we're on live stream, we're here, we're ready to go. Well, first of all, welcome everybody, the Heat Team Tuesday night call. We're just super excited to be here with all of you. And this is Nikki Cotton here. Now wait, this is so weird. We've got people up here that I don't know how we're getting in the spotlight. This is, hold on, there we go. So we've got I've been part of the Juice Plus family for a little bit over 32 years. And Tuesday nights have always been a special night. It's time where the Heat Team gets together and we get to bring on special featured speakers that we love and we know we're going to make a difference for you in your business and perhaps in your life. And so tonight we have a really great speaker coming on. I'm going to find her right now so I can share this. Might be the only time I ever share the stage with her. Who knows? So let's just see. I'm looking there she is with a great smile. Yay. Okay, so here we are together. Hi, Jan. And I'm going to introduce Dr. Jan Roberto. I said, could you send me your bio? I know how to introduce her as a human being and as a person with big heart and as a person who really cares and wants to give back to the community in a big way. And she's done that ever since I've known her. But just a few things to know. She's been in family medicine since 1989. Her and her husband and 8 other doctors as part of their practice serve over 10,000 patients. How is that even possible? That just seems like just big, enormous stuff. And your son, is he part of your practice too, or does he have his own practice? Has his own practice?
Somewhere else, yeah.
Somewhere else. Her son is also an internist. So congratulations there. It's all of you are medical professionals in your family. The most important thing I think about Jan is that she's really passionate about sharing health and lifestyle and ways in which we can take care of ourselves and maybe even not be so dependent on our doctors because we're doing it for ourselves, right? There's always that possibility. And so I want to just stop for 1 second and have Jan, first of all, welcome Jan. We just so appreciate you.
Thank you.
And you've always made yourself available to not only our group, to the whole Juice Plus community. I know we've used your services a ton and we really appreciate it. But maybe you can tell a little bit about your introduction. How did you get introduced to the Juice Plus world? Was it something you said yes to right away, or were you a little, I don't know? Could you share that with us?
Yeah, super quick, because I know you have a lot of questions that you want me to answer, but it took me, no, it was not super quick. It was for my husband, not for me. Just heard from another physician, saw a little video. I didn't pay attention. We got 2 orders. He took it and I didn't for 2 years. And it just kept coming and coming. And I didn't know I could cancel. And I finally canceled. And then a friend saw my big stash and said, hey, there's this Dr. Du Bois coming into town and I'm new to this. Why don't you come with me? And I'm like, okay, I'll go. I heard Dr. Du Bois. He was pretty interesting. Learned a few things, didn't take it. And then they bugged me for a year to get to conference. Why would I want to do that? I finally went after 2 asks and fell in love with the people and found out there really was a business. I didn't know that. I thought people were just making a couple $100s a month. And I thought, wow, what if I could do that too? So it just happened. And yes, I started to take Juice Plus when I went to that conference because they gave it to me at my meals. And I said, these people are serious about this stuff.
I just love that. So for all of you that are talking to your best friend or your doctor, it may not happen right away, but those people were not done with Jan. They just were not done. They weren't going to get her, let her go. They loved her enough to keep moving forward with her. So Jan, a couple things, we shared, and you might lay a little bit of foundation first, but I know that we shared some stories with you that people sent in about what has happened to them after taking Juice Plus. And I remembered seeing Jan at an event that actually Chris and I put on, actually in Ashland, Oregon, where people wrote stuff on an index card, and then you showed how that tied in with the science. And that has blown me away for 15 years. And we thought we could do it again tonight. So I'm going to turn this over to you for a few minutes, and then we're going to chat about it.
Okay, so you said a few minutes. So I have literally 8 stories here. So I'm going to watch the time, and then Nikki, why don't you decide, how we're going to handle this? But, so if I was in the front of the room, I would have already received all these cards and I printed them off. And so I just kind of briefly say, well, I think this one's from Nikki. And just to summarize it, in her first 6 months of being on Juice Plus, she went to the dentist. Is this you, Nikki? She was nervous because she was always in trouble for her gums bleeding and they were swollen. And, if she didn't do something, she'd probably have to have surgery to fix it. And when she went to the dentist after being on Juice Plus for 6 months, they said, "What are you doing?" And she was freaked out because she thought they'd gotten worse. And he told her that they looked the best in 10 years. And she didn't tell him about the Juice Plus because she really had no idea that it was doing anything at all. So that's just a little surprise because maybe we didn't have the study at the time, since the study might have come out afterwards. But a couple things, we do have a dental study. It does show decreased bleeding and decrease in those pocket depths that are measured. And that's mainly because of the microcirculation. So when you're on Juice Plus, you over time have better circulation and less inflammation. So, there are key categories of our research, and many of you have seen the list of them, and it keeps growing, but under each category there's like 4 studies, 6 studies. So that really, besides the fact that she'd had the nutrition, is probably what made the big difference.
So Jan, I have another question then relates to that, because you said microcirculation, which I did not know that that's what was going on my teeth. But isn't that part of what they say is with our skin? Because I've gotten so many compliments over the years. I'm 30 something years older than I was when I started. And people keep telling my skin looks better today than it did 5 years ago.
Yep. And so we have a study, on skin health. That was probably 2006 or 7, one of our earlier years, and increased circulation, which increased the hydration. So, of course, we all drink our water, but if you don't have something to carry the fluid, to the skin, that's increase in circulation, increase in the dermis. And so, you're actually having less wrinkles, less fine lines over time because your dermis is healthier. And then the water helps as well, the circulation, and it's better hydrated.
Great.
So yeah, 2 for the price of 1 right there. The next gal, I think it was Barb, has been on the trio since 2004, and then she added the Omega when she could. Her blood work looks great, and I truly believe she's been thinking more clearly since the Omega. And so what about the Omegas? What's the big deal here? So first of all, thinking better, well, for the whole concept of the Omegas is that it is the fatty acid, the fatty oils, the oils that our body needs to ingest in order to have healthier cells and healthier tissue. You have to take it in. And so already studies were done on the brain, the heart, the lungs, the joints, and the eyes. Prior to our Omega, via fish oil. And so when our Omega came out, what did we do? We bypassed the fish. We went straight to the actual plant source. So what I want you to know and remember about the Omega, and we're trying to get this word out, we have a study that was done with our Omega, and it showed that there's something called the Omega Index, which is measurable at the cell membrane. So when you have the right amount of Omegas coming in, it shows up at the cell membrane. So before and after with Juice Plus, our Omega Index was shown to be improved at 8 weeks. It was identified at 8 weeks. Takes fish oil longer, and we have less quantity of DHA and EPA and all of that that's in a fish oil, and it was more effective. So our Omega, being plant, being more pure than fish oil, gets the job done, identified at the cell level, and in a shorter period of time.
Wow.
Good. Okay.
And For you that are listening, if there's something very specific at the end that you want to come back for and ask, Dr. Roberto, something very specific about this, we can do that. We're not going to ask her, though, to be our doctor and tell us, what we need to do differently as a doctor. But, anything related to something that you may not understand that she says, she's already said to me, I'm open, ask me.
Okay, so Crystal, since starting Juice Plus a year ago, and I'll summarize this, I won't say everything. She's had more energy, your skin is more smooth, less rash. So we're talking about hair, skin, nails faster, noticeable that these things. She's also on some chemotherapy for some leukemia, which I hope she's doing okay. But being on the Juice Plus and I don't know if she's on Omega. Did I say she's on Omega?
I think she
I didn't
is.
say so, but she's got the skin much improved and then less side effects on her chemo. So I just explained about the skin, okay? And, the Juice Plus obviously helping with that. Again, it takes time, especially I think for the skin, it takes a lot longer because, of the aging process, and you're not going to go back 20 years. You're just going to slow down the process. But the fact that she felt supported with less side effects already on chemo, to me, explains that, bioavailability is huge. If that's the only study we had, we could go home right now. That shows it gets absorbed. All of those nutrients, those thousands of nutrients in those 30 fruits, vegetables, and berries, and the omegas, they are getting absorbed. So what happens when all of that shows up in your body? Okay, you're more protected. You're ready to respond and to be able to maybe have more support if something else is going on. So
And
I hope
she is on the quad. She did answer. She is on the quad, and she doesn't say, so she's doubling up. Is that okay to double up, Jan?
Oh,
Talk about doubling up.
Yeah. So yes, my husband and I have we have double orders. So we go through, each of us takes their own bottles when they come in, and that's our 1 month supply. So we get one order and I get two, he gets two, and we're good. So yes, we've doubled up for years. Nothing wrong with it. It is a little bit more expensive. You pay for what you value. There's absolutely no harm in it. And, it's obviously recommended to take the regular amount. So those of us that have been around, or if you have big issues or you have big goals and you can afford that extra amount, go for it. Will not hurt a thing. Okay, Heidi Biggs. Let me just quickly, she got some relief from her constipation that was sort of ruling her life. And she had improvement with her dental visit as well. The nurse noticed right away that her gum pockets were less. She also had issues with seasonal allergies that got so much better. She didn't have to take her allergy medicine like hardly at all, and less colds and sinuses. So she pretty much touches almost everything, as well as some issues with her feet, had poor circulation, cold fingers, etc., and itchy toes. So that could be microcirculation as well. But she has the dental, she has less inflammation. Her immune system with the allergies improving. We don't make claims. We don't say it's going to cure your allergies. Obviously, you all know that. Just because some people have had some of this happen, I'm sure that whenever anybody is having this, they're doing other good things besides just Juice Plus. They're not doing Juice Plus and still eating sugar and soda and popcorn and, processed foods every day. Okay. So little disclaimer there, but when you have inflammation and immune issues, you can pretty much go back to, okay, allergies, that is immune and inflammation. Same with rashes and things like that. That's usually inflammation, and, no antibiotics. So I have to tell you, people that are on Juice Plus do get sick and need antibiotics. And so, just like people that get vaccinations sometimes still get sick, but the numbers are much less, or we recover quickly, or we don't need that antibiotic that maybe the average person gets a stuffy nose and 2 days later they have to have an antibiotic. We know to wait it out, give it 3 to 5 days and see how we do. So, a lot of people feel that they do better with allergies and infections. So hopefully there was a lot on Miss Heidi. So congratulations to you.
It would make sense there would be a lot on Miss Biggs. So there's a question that already came through here. It says, do you take omegas with fatty meals to improve absorption?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good answer.
Just
Great.
get it in. Just get it in. Those things are they dissolve so quickly and they're so pure and we don't have to worry about that. Our formula, our capsules, everything is just raring to go. So you can trust your body unless you absolutely have a horrible, inflamed, acidic GI tract. I still feel that, you can rest assured it's going to be absorbed. Okay, Shelly AR something, I can't read my writing. She'd been on a Juice Plus for a year. She had a lot of joint pain, problems even with walking at times. And after 4 months, she had improvement with pain in her feet. I would imagine she might be over 40, but I'm not sure. She was dancing around and so happy. And 2 things, the bioavailability, just keep remembering that nutrition is being absorbed and you don't know what it's going to do and where it's going to go and how it's going to respond. When you have that daily amount consistently of that micronutrition day in and day out. I'm on my 18th year. Could not go without it. And so, but it's curious about her foot pain. And if you were just asking me, I would say inflammation and probably that microcirculation, maybe a little bit of omega help, with the joints, but isn't that wonderful? The feet take a lot of harm and, you're on it all day. If you weigh more than 50 pounds, that's a lot of pressure on those feet. So a lot of people, as they get older, they do have numbness and tingling on your feet. I have it sometimes if I'm up on my feet all day, it's like, wow, I didn't go dancing, but it feels weird, but it goes away. All right, one more and then I'll let you interrupt me. Carrie Davis started Juice Plus 12 years ago, full of aches and pains, 5 different pharmaceuticals, including muscle relaxer, something for her pain medicine, metformin for probably some diabetes or insulin resistance. And she'd been on them for 10 years. She was not at an ideal weight. She had low energy. She was sick often. Sounds like a lot of my patients. She started Juice Plus and Complete. Okay. And I know she did other good things. Okay. You cannot continue down a bad path and take Juice Plus and Complete and lose 80 pounds. So congratulations. She did some awesome work. She lost 80 pounds in 8 months. And because of that catalyst, remember, Juice Plus is a catalyst to get the health snowball rolling. Remember Jay saying that. It's a catalyst to get the health snowball rolling. And so that catalyst helped her get on a healthy path, lose 80 pounds, go off of her medicine, increased energy, better sleep. She was probably on a muscle relaxer and pain medicine because she was overweight. She was diabetic, pre-diabetic. Her cholesterol was elevated. She was on a statin. What a difference it makes to embrace healthy nutrition, diet, exercise. And I bet you this gal, Carrie, is feeling pretty good today.
Yeah, she's really amazing. After the 80 pounds the first year, she lost another 20 pounds after that. And for me, it's beautiful to see the weight loss, Jan, but really getting off of all of her prescription drugs, working with her doctor. She just didn't wean herself off of it. They said, you don't need them anymore.
Absolutely. And we see this all the time, with and without Juice Plus, but honest to goodness, the medicine was there because of the weight. Losing the weight helped her pre-diabetes, helped her cholesterol, helped her blood pressure. Absolutely. Do not underestimate the power, because that was her issue.
Yeah, that's
So,
exactly.
okay.
It was so fun to watch that. Here's a question. Oftentimes people say, I'm a diabetic. Can I take Juice Plus and can I drink Complete?
Absolutely. It depends. Now, if you are type 2 and you are overweight, Complete is going to help you with the increased fiber to help you, not have the sugar be absorbed so quickly. It keeps the glycemic index low and keeps you full a little bit longer. Diabetes is reversible 80% of the time, unless you're insulin dependent and your pancreas has petered out. You can very much improve, and the diabetes has nothing to do with it except for learning how to eat healthy and lose the extra calories and get onto a healthy lifestyle.
Great. I think, but, and I was just thinking, of all people, Heidi, you'd answer this, but is FODMAP, and we're not going to go into what that is that work with Juice Plus as well, if you are supposedly on a FODMAP diet? And I don't know, that's.
Yeah, I've heard that acronym before, but I don't, is that the nightshade thing?
No, it's actually, Heidi, I know that you had FODMAP and it's fine. It has to do with eating short chain carbohydrates, sugars, small.
Yeah, can I speak? Can I address that just really quick?
Yeah, because I know that you've worked with your doctors around that.
Yeah, when I was first introduced by Chris and Nikki, actually, and my husband met Chris on a wave. And I was following a low FODMAP diet when I first started taking Juice Plus. And I was so afraid when I looked at the list of ingredients. Literally, probably, I would say 2/3 of the ingredients were on my list of foods I was not supposed to eat. And so I was really afraid. And thankfully, within that time, I got to speak with Dr. David Phillips, who said, just trust Nikki. She'll share my protocol. And I did go very slowly with Juice Plus just to see which blends I could tolerate. And I'm happy to say I could tolerate them all. And I'm no longer on a low FODMAP diet. I can eat what I like. And yeah, it's changed my life.
Awesome. Absolutely.
We got a question here. Is soy safe for men? It's in our.
Soy safe for anybody.
And how about?
I'm not sure why they are asking if it's safe for men. Those myths have been researched and debunked over 10 years ago. There's no contraindication for isoflavone, water washed, non-GMO soy for any person. Thyroid is fine, men is fine. It doesn't cause any issues with gynecomastia, which is breast development. Those are way old-fashioned claims that perhaps were from some soy that wasn't pure and studies that weren't done correctly. We know we have research that's at least 10 years and younger that show it is absolutely safe.
So I have a question here, but I'm going to apply it to all disease. Somebody here says, is JP caps beneficial for renal disease? But really the question is, where does Juice Plus come in for any disease? Like, is it going to help? I mean, is it a good thing to be eating more fruits and vegetables for probably anything?
Absolutely, yes. So you have to go back and understand that this is the plant powders of 30 fruits and vegetables and berries. This is not a medicine, it's not a pharmaceutical, it is a support. So there is no contraindication for anybody that's on dialysis. There's not enough of anything that we've, answered those questions. This is plant produce. So you are not, there's no worry about too much, too little. It's going to support. And I like to go around with any disease question and say, what do you think would happen if your body had that type of nutrition every day on a consistent basis with that type of array of micronutrition? What do you think would happen?
Yeah, I just love the ideas. If you fueled your body better, think about fuel in anything, car or whatever. If you have good fuel, doesn't it make sense that the vehicle, the body is just going to run better, right? It just makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. So go on.
Oh, you asked me a question. I have 3 more to go.
Yeah, let's do them.
All righty. So this is Clyde. He's over 70. He was on Juice Plus, three medicines for blood pressure, had colon resection, had gout, did 2 shakes a day, lost 50 pounds, blood pressure improved, healthier bowels, no more gout, has energy, no pain, and is climbing on ladders. So, gout also is an inflammatory condition. Some, people have extra uric acid, but you can usually trace it back to inflammation. That's how you treat it with the anti-inflammatories. He also lost the weight, did the 2 shakes and the Juice Plus. And again, what isn't improved by moving towards optimal weight? Many, many diseases are fueled by being overweight and not ideal. So keep that in mind as well. But this guy's over 75 and he's climbing ladders. And I'll tell you, I was with my 91-year-old friend today, Rita, who she's on Juice Plus, has been on it like 1 day longer than me. And it's hysterical because of her, is why I got into the business, because she said, is this one of those things I could share with my sister who's dying of ovarian cancer? And I'm saying, I think so. So we figured it out. I didn't even talk to my partner. She got online, this was 18 years ago. So she was 70. Her sister was at Ohio State. They already knew about Juice Plus and said, yeah, give her double. She lived an extra 3 years with ovarian cancer. I don't know if you can see this picture.
Yes.
That's her today. She's 90 and a half.
Yay.
Is that the coolest thing?
So
18
good.
years on Juice Plus. All righty. So Leslie said she was introduced to 6 years. She had autoimmune, out of control, 5 different medicines, anti-inflammatory, low dose chemo, Enbrel. So this is serious stuff this gal's been going through. 6 months of starting Juice Plus, things started to calm down. It looks like after a year, she was in remission. And she's been managing just with Juice Plus after a period of time. It looks like it was over a year, and her migraines are very infrequent now. So that's a little dramatic, but it's a story. And, she did other things. She followed what she needed to do. But after 6 months and then after a year, she had improvement. So where does the research come in? When you take Juice Plus, your immune system becomes healthier, your T cells, your B cells get balanced, more natural killer cells, more cytokines, your total immune system goes from here to here. And if it's out of balance, it balances. So you don't want to boost a bad one, you want it to become stronger. So immune is huge. We have 5 studies on the immune system. When COVID hit, we had the answer, we still have the answer. And so, immune is not just for colds and flus, it's also for autoimmune illnesses. And then, inflammation, we have 4 or 5 studies on inflammation, and go back to bioavailability. This stuff gets absorbed. It goes where it needs to go. That's what bioavailability is. And why do people have energy when they start Juice Plus? Because it gets absorbed. It's not going through the GI tract and making the toilet healthy. All right, last one, and then I'll open it up here. Terry, it's just I want to honor those that took the time to write this out. She had MS in 1989. Not as bad as some people, but she then got on Juice Plus in 2004. She noticed more energy, so that's a huge deal for those with MS. Her brother-in-law had cancer and was going through chemo. She got him on Juice Plus. It helped him with his symptoms. Then she got breast cancer. She took radiation, and her physician told her to stop everything, and she stopped her Juice Plus. She should have talked to me. As soon as she stopped the radiation, she went back on her Juice Plus and felt much better. And her nephew got MS, and she got him on it, and he's doing a lot better too. Here's the thing. You do not need your doctor's permission to get healthy and stay healthy. There is no reason that you cannot stay on Juice Plus during chemotherapy or radiation. The Juice Plus is cleaner, safer than any food that you are going to put in your mouth.
That's
And
beautiful.
that's all of my questions.
That was just beautiful. I really just love that last piece of, you know, you shouldn't have to ask a doctor if you can eat well. And that's coming from the doctor. So I just love that. So is there anyone else that has a specific question that they would like to ask Dr. Roberto right now? And if so, either you can just unmute yourself and ask.
Well, so here, Kimberly said she's working on bringing her family doctor. She's read the research. She knows produce brings benefits. What's the best way to continue dripping on her? Get her to a conference and say yes to the program. I absolutely would not be here today. Nobody could have convinced me. I didn't love my friend enough to listen to her until I got to conference and I saw the big picture. I saw other doctors, I met other people, and I'm like, this is the real deal. And these people are having fun.
You know,
So it's so sad that people want to bring their doctors in. Generally speaking, I'm not saying this is true of Kimberly, but most people think they're going to get their doctor in and they're going to get all their patients on and they're going to have this big client base and life is going to be normal and great and wonderful. And I'll tell you that happens 1% of the time, unless something special is happening, like that doctor and you are absolutely good friends. That doctor has a big need, a big why. They're passionate and they want to learn. That's very rare because people don't have the time, but there are a few, but you want to have the right heart. You don't want that doctor to come in to help you build your business. You want to be bringing them around to serve them and help them get what they want.
and in fact, you said something on a call the other day that I took notes on. It's still sitting on the other side of my computer. Somebody asked you to step in and help them out with the presentation. You did a fabulous presentation, 8 people on the call, and not one person bought. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, that was terrible.
And so, but it's like, if you think you're doctors, like you think, well, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to get any clients, right? Well, some
Right.
doctors don't always. I love what you just said again. You can't love somebody enough to make them say yes. They have to be ready. It has to be timed. You have to give them the information. They have to be willing and open, right? So that story, when you said, 8 for 8 said no. And I'm thinking,
well, it was a whole family.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a whole family and I wasn't set up properly. They didn't even introduce me. So it was.
But the point is that even with your degree, even with all that if you're counting on your doctor, like you just said, to come into your business and explode your business,
right.
The doctors have that great degree and that information, but it doesn't mean that that's going to make a difference in you recruiting and getting customers necessarily.
So Beverly was asking about the collagen. And so I hope you guys have seen my perform video that I did for Black Friday. If you haven't seen it, Nikki, I'll send it to you, but I'm not sure how much it's gone out in the field. But Lisa Pebble did help me with it and verified everything. If you take in complete protein, whether it's complete or our perform, the body breaks it down and then makes its own collagen. You have to digest the protein in order to make collagen. You don't need collagen in addition to a complete protein with all of the essential amino acids that we have. So I addressed that. It's just 3 minutes long or 2 minutes long, but hopefully that will help.
Perfect. Yes, thank you. That's exactly what I needed. Thank you.
I want to make sure that we have that. And I'll let you know, Jan.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just Voxer it to you and
Okay.
You can get it to who needs it. Somebody was asking about omeprazole with heartburn, hiatal hernia surgery, will juice plus heal your belly. Well, first of all, a lot of heartburn and GI symptoms are from poor diet and having a more acidic diet. And again, cleaning that up, getting more plant-based, getting the sugars and the carbs and the unnecessary foods out, and that will help a lot. Weight loss will help a lot. Occasionally people need surgery. There's nothing wrong with omeprazole. In the meantime, it does help with the symptoms. So hopefully that helps. Somebody with knee replacement, double up before and after, absolutely. Double dose of omegas. I take double just because I take double of everything. I'm not sure. It's kind of expensive for the regular person to take double. All right, what else?
I had something I wanted to say. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, hi. So I got my first order of the Juice Plus fruits and veggies and berries right after Thanksgiving. And my son had gotten RSV. I ended up getting sick from being in close contact with him and wound up with 2 double ear infections. Still made it to do some Zoom meetings with my sponsor, Heather. And I've been feeling tons better. And I have a lot of sinus issues because I was vaccinated for COVID. And I called my doctor because I was going to ask him, like, look, can we look at these sinus things? Is it an ear, nose, and throat? And of course, the first response is, well, they couldn't get me in until March. And
That's
I was
about
like,
normal.
well, my faith in the medical system, I mean, outside of desperate emergencies, is kind of waning, because a lot of it is like, well, we can't get you in soon enough. And I know already that nutrition is the #1 lifesaver, especially for me. And since I've been on it, and I did the double up, I doubled up on my fruits and veggies, and I did the complete shakes, and I noticed immediately my mood, my energy was, and I've been doing that since shortly after Thanksgiving. And I
Awesome.
dropped, I don't know how much I dropped because I don't have a scale, but I'm pulling my pants up at work.
Aha, good job.
Constantly. And it's been a major blessing. I've actually had a pain in the back part of my head, which is why I was going to call my doctor. But I still have to wait a week to get there to get to see anybody. But it's been a lot less painful and irritating since I've been on the Juice Plus. And even if I'm a single mom of a 4-year-old, so my schedule is just like nonstop. And sometimes I can sit down and make a healthy meal. Other times it's, okay, we got to go, we got to get the kid fed. And at least I feel better knowing that I have the Juice Plus in my system, and I'm already noticing the results, and I love it.
All right, Annalie, thank you so much.
I love that you're on here. Thank you.
Yeah, you shared a lot of great stuff. Thank you so much. Well, I think we are at 6:40. I think we've probably done it. Is there any one last comment or something that you'd like to leave us with, Dr. Roberto?
Oh gosh, keep on going. Look at this opportunity we have. What a great year we have coming up. Our new branding, the advertisements, aren't they awesome? You know, we're in the right place at the right time. Clean, crisp images. Our leadership is on it. Get to conference in April, Arizona. And you know, it really is a community. We're not just a product. We're people with real, you know, mission and passion. To, you know, we only have what, 5 or 6 things to share, and after that it's just passionate to help and love each other and really you know, make a difference. That's my team's name, is Difference Makers. You know, we really are, each of us, making a difference. So congratulations to all of you and Nikki, and it's just a blessing. Thank you.
Jan, thank you so much for the call. I just want to quickly remind everybody, next Monday night, JP University, 5:30 p.m. The Master Asker. You want to learn how to ask a lot of questions to help and guide people to their own decisions? Come on JP University on Monday night. And that's all I can think of right now. Jan, we so truly appreciate your time. And man, did she not go through those things quick, like bang, 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 bang. That was so much fun. It's like, you know, having her on the stand or something. So if all of you would be willing to unmute yourselves and just give Jan some warm heat appreciation, whatever that looks like from you.
Thank you, Dr. Jan.
Thank you.
Jan.
Grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, so
Wonderful.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Woohoo, Dr. Jan.
Thank
Woo,
you
Dr.
so
Jan.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good to see you
night.
all. Appreciate you.
Good night.
Lots of love.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.